Welcome back to another installment of our Elden Ring first playthrough. Last time we finally got back on track to, I guess, the main quest line, or however you want to call it, and we can actually level up now. So we faced, I want to say, 3 or 4 what seemed to be optional bosses thus far. And now it seems like we'll be able to level up anytime that we rest at one of these grace sites. So, so we've got 11,000 runes on us, which hopefully we can get a fair amount of leveling out of these. Yeah, because it's only going to cost us about 800 or so for the first couple here, so I don't think we're gonna need much for endurance. Seems like it. Okay, so endurance actually is stamina and equip load. Mind is FP, and then intelligence and intelligence, faith, and arcane. So arcane adds discovery, so that kind of ties into luck, but also has defensive stuff. Immunity, robustness, focus, and vitality. I'm interested to see what that means, because vitality before has been tied with equip load, but now it's part of body, so immunity, robustness, focus, and vitality, those must be like resistances to different attack types. Maybe not attack types, but like buildups, like the bleed buildup or like poison or something like that. Might be what immunity plays into. So I think if we get maybe a little bit of health, but I think mostly I want to be going into... Do we want strength and dexterity? Probably a little bit of both, more on the strength side. Because we have equal scaling on both. I think if we go something like this, a little bit more health, a little bit more stamina, and get a little bit stronger, start to deal some more damage. Yeah, let's go with that. And hopefully that'll make some of the next stuff a little bit easier. Stormgate. Okay, so it seems like we're pretty funneled in this valley here. I don't know if there's gonna be a way to get up. This guy looks like he's straight out of the Ring City. Which I would love to know if there's like carryover design work. Or if there's actual like tie-ins to the other games. We got new greaves. Jumping is not what we want to do. And that attack, I can already tell, is going to give us the opportunity to stagger him with head hits. Alright. So I am getting shot with crossbows. What I want to know is, does the boss kill him? Yes. Yes, he does. Which I guess he's technically not even a boss, because there's no boss health bar. Alright, so that's one more Gonna try and have the big boy do some of the dirty work for us. Although not really in the best spot to make that happen right now. Okay, it's another one dead. Come on, big boy, swipe! I'm genuinely surprised that didn't kill him, but it's that big attack right there that I think we need to take advantage of when the time comes. Get him! Oh, come on. Quit running past him. Give him a big swipe. That rock is floating. You're dead. One to go. Shoot and score. You can finish him. Well, that's not quite. Ow. Guess I'm gonna have to do it myself. Okay, I'm gonna top off. It means if we rest, this guy respawns, yeah? It's barely any damage, so yeah, definitely have to get him with the head. But what was the, like, I don't quite know what the attack was. That's the attack. Also that, maybe? No? Maybe I need to do the, like, jump attack so that I can get up towards his head better. Can he run through those? Yes, he can. Alright, I made a mistake because I hit the wrong button. I gotta jump. Also realizing that that swipe probably ends up being some sort of pretty visceral, like, grab attack. Come on, buddy. Oops. Just gonna keep trying to go for his head, though. Seems like the best course of action. Oh, he's got a follow-up. Just gonna keep it topped off here. Oh, I like ended up doing like this back step jump, which definitely takes me out of range to do any sort of We've reached a phase 2, now he's got a big sword. Missed it. Alright, that has like a follow-up attack. It's got some pretty big range. Tried to roll it. I also tried to roll that. Alright, held on to the run a little bit too long. Okay. So, he might not have a boss health bar, but he might be like a mini boss that doesn't respawn. And I think there's also the chance that if we kill him, we'll get flasks back. Ow. Right. Not really a fan of these guys just having their way with me, so if he could step in and kill them, that would be fantastic. Yeah, or if they could shoot him in the back. Seems like their bolts don't do anything to him. Work smart, not hard. Got a big man very capable of destroying the environment, including the enemies within. See, there's the head stagger that I want. Okay. So I've just been straight up missing the head. Doesn't necessarily make me feel great. But now he's okay, now he's like holding onto his head, he's very limpy. Okay. So I was on the right track. Oh, it's raining. Okay, okay. Knife boy is a little bit, jeez, man. I tell you what, it's very hard to strafe that many bolts. Oh, bolts. I don't know why I said it like that. Okay. That guy's finally dead. Sounds like there's still one more crossbow behind us. Bye. And then we'll get this guy, and then we can finally 1v1 the big man himself. Alright. Let's do it. Show me your head. I want to make you feel pain. Yeah? Come on. I feel like if I end up coming back in too soon, there's gonna be a follow-up attack. There it is. And then what? Do I just get some free hits on his ankles while he's... Maybe that's it? But he's still like very defensive. Okay, so there's a quick stomp that he can do. I don't want to be too aggressive with the leg attacks if he's gonna... I missed it. I think I'm like just off, but like his head is prime for the... Alright, yeah. The 3 attack, not a good way to go. 2 attacks, probably fine. But, and get out. I think 3 is always the greed one. I think sometimes you're just gonna want to get 1 hit. Three is always greed. But I'm gonna go hard on it because that has a pretty long cooldown on that big slam. Okay. So our flasks definitely get topped back off, which I would imagine means that we don't have another one of those guys to fight. I'm also hoping, since he's like a bigger enemy, that maybe we're gonna come up on another another grace pretty soon here. But I'm not gonna bank on it. What if... I think the way that these stones are placed, you can't sneak up on this guy. Yeah, okay. And there's another one over there in the... Ah, he's a horny boy. It almost makes sense to, it almost makes sense to have, like, kept the big guy awake. And by awake, I mean not dead. And then bring him to come and fight all of these guys for me. Take a little bit of advantage of the fact that we can hit both of them at the same time. I feel like every time I see an item that can be picked up, I have to pick it up. Even though I know nothing about crafting yet. I feel like I need to do it. Okay, so we've... The lights guide our way. There's an item up there. That's where he was. Looks like we can probably double back now that we're up at the top here. I'm gonna go check that out after I grab this. Stormview. Golden seed. Ooh, okay, so we can get an extra flask once we find another grace to rest at. We can upgrade our flask. There's actually quite a bit back here. I'm wondering what the meaning behind these, like, crucifixes are. Goodbye, wolves. Is there anything up here where he was? More wolves across the way. Maybe a way to get atop the gate there? Could be something interesting to take a look at. And those are also glowing, so let's maybe take on the wolves. Oh, come on, wolf. So far, so good. The wolves haven't been, like, incredibly janky. Alright, those are the same things that are here. So these are enemies and not spotlights. What are these weird, like, worm tower creatures? Ruin fragment. I feel like I'm walking into some sort of, like, boss fight or something. I'm gonna just slowly try and take my time going through here. Or maybe it's an elevator of sorts. I don't know what these guys do for attacks. They all drop ruin fragments. Maybe it's an elevator? Stormhill Evergale? Evergale? Evergale. Oh. So I entered a place and it looks like kind of the same place, but different. Oh, good. So it's just a boss fight. Crucible Knight. Pretty cool. Okay. Gotta be careful with the shield. Don't really want to be dodging in the direction of the attack. Oh boy, we are not prepared for this fight. All right. Okay. So this is the first time that we've had, like, the option actually come up. So this was that stake of Marika nearby. Just gonna avoid these. Okay, so that's just a boss fight there. Okay, so I think what we'll do is probably mark that. That is one that I'm gonna... Yeah, we're gonna come back to these two, because I want to keep going through here. Right now, we're pretty weak for that, if I'm being quite honest. Gosh darn it. I don't have something to shoot at him, so... Or maybe... Actually... Can use one of these kukri. Oh, but that's just the flask guy. Okay. Because earlier we had the one that he gave us like an upgrade material. I did not mean to hit that button. Would have been good for me to miss-hit prior to that. Hello, sir. Oh, good. Now we've got wolves. Or a wolf. Wolves. Okay, so he did little like body check type motions that staggered us a little bit, did a little bit of chip damage, but nothing nothing severe. There's a guy behind me, I'm sure of it. Just had this feeling, but fortunately he didn't alert the other guy to me. Trying to get these delayed R2s in, but still catching them in their invincibility frames. So arrows reach talisman. What art thou? Is that another one of the Ashes of War? No, it's not. Okay. Increases effective bow range. So you have one talisman slot. Okay. So, I mean, we can equip it. We don't use bow and arrow, but doesn't mean we can't start at some point if we got a crossbow or something. Is that all that's down here? Looks like it. But there's also potentially an upper level to this. Maybe accessible from the other side. And now that enemy is back. Don't really want to fight him again. Okay, so is there anything hiding back here behind where this boss fight was? It's the type of boss that, like, I don't... As much as, like, the improved health and such would probably be very beneficial, I think just having weapon upgrades would go a long way, because we are at... Ow. Alright. Wolves causing problems, so they've got like a 2-bite, but like, dealing 41 damage per hit is terrible. So if we could deal more damage, then that would be a phenomenal thing. There is an item here. Well, okay. Can shout at me? Can I, like, plunge attack you? Is that a thing? Come here. Here, boy. Now don't you back away. Don't fight me like a troll creature that you are. I'm not coming down to you. I'm not falling for this. Yeah, two can play this game and I'm gonna win it. I am not gonna win it. Golden rune, that is cool. Can I get him to like fall off? Oh, it's not a grab attack. Really don't want to like fight him again, but I guess we kind of have to because he's just a regular enemy, just a very big one. Oh, good, I whiffed the head. This is very close quarters combat here. He's gonna get the sword out pretty soon. Yeah. There it is. Let me pick up some rune fragments, you know. Thanks. I hit jump instead of roll. Oh, what a fool. Oh man. The angles. I am not in an advantageous spot. Oh, poor wolf. Poor wolf. Right, that was it. That's a thing. Yep, the sword in the ground, but then completely forgot the turn motion. Okay, so we're gonna go back down below and have to work our way back up. Because we only got that Marika shrine because of the boss fight that we were in. Alright. So, mayhaps, order of business is get everybody in on this, right? Kind of go back to the old strategy. I don't know how I outjumped that, but like, have this guy kill everyone. Try not to take too many bolts to the side. Or maybe we just sprint through. Because we've got like 3 guys up here. He's gonna blow his horn, which means, oh, there's 4 of them. Can run past, and then we'll just loop back around to where we died. Maybe that's the strategy. Come back up here where the wolves are. He's down there. Maybe they won't follow. Who knows? We're gonna try it. I just want to make sure that I get my runes back. Yeah! I missed. Alright. Well. We're gonna go down here first. Thank you. Another horn. So one wolf followed me, the rest of them, they're all going back. So does that mean that the big dude is just back here? Gotta not fall. Ha 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 ha. Alright. Golden rune acquired. Can I get back up? I can. Not sure if you really intended to. There's a wolf. It's on the other side. Wolves. Pork, pork! Come on. There we go. More wolves, but I'm thinking that maybe we can get over to the top left part of this watchtower. I'm also thinking that maybe there's something to be had on top of this collapsed building. Just more ruin fragments. Okay. Which I guess makes sense. You find ruin fragments on, well, ruins. So. Alright. Well, this is a bigger wolf. Probably a little beefier. Okay, so he's got a sight. Yeah, there's the. It's got a 2-part attack. Just kind of walk away from it. Nice. Okay, so that seems to be like the general wolf attack pattern, is that 1 bite, 2 bite, 3 bite, 4, 5 bite, 6 bite, 7 bite more? Can I get up there, or is this ain't nothing to be done about it kind of thing? Imagine you start climbing. Oh man. Suddenly Assassin's Creed. Okay, so what am I looking at here? Is this the ruin? It has to be, right? We're looking southeast. So yeah, these are the gatefront ruins that we came through. It is very windy up here. I'm waiting for the torrential downpours to come with. A couple of these big guys heading out this way. Another one of those land octopus. Okay, I have way too many options, but I feel like I'm a little bit underpowered for what I'd like to be. Like, we're starting to level up a little bit, but more so in terms of like weapon upgrades. We've got one of the fragments, or what are they called? We have one somber smithing stone. If we get one more of these, we can probably take our weapon to +2, which would be a pretty big jump. But like I was saying earlier, I don't want to necessarily commit too hard to this particular weapon. Not because it's basic, but also because the scaling isn't that great. It's descaling on strength and dexterity. I see a chair in the middle of... Waiting for somebody to come alive here. Smithing stone. Well, that's good, but I need the weak one that I can... So I wonder if this is like tied to the ruins somehow. Like the building once stood over them, but that doesn't quite make sense. Is there like too much in place? Okay, so this is where we came up. That tree was there, which is also the same type of tree as in the beginning area. So I'm wondering if that's used as like an indicator of main quest. Do wolves just appear out of the storm? What? Oh. Did they not do the 2-bite if they're regular wolves? They just do 1 lunge? Is it the white wolves that do the 2? Nope. So right there, that's... I want to say like 3 different movesets that the wolves have. So as much as this is easier, not saying the game, but the indicators for these lost grace locations, it is pretty nice that you're like coming up and then it points it out to you. You don't completely go blowing past it. All right, 130. So 2 dex doesn't do anything for us. So we're definitely seeming to scale more on strength right now. So I'm gonna keep pumping. I think I'm gonna keep pumping strength a little bit more and dex occasionally as it seems fit. Got a lady to talk to, but I want to get this first. Stone sword key. Okay, so we can go back and use that at the beginning location.
Everyone's been grafted. Everyone who came with me. They crossed the sea for me. They fought for me.
You're like a princess or something then?
Their legs taken, even their heads taken. Taken and stuck to the spider. Did you know? If you're grafted by the spider, you become a chrysalid. It's quite a lark when you think about it. You're all on your own, are you? And heading to Stormview Castle? Enticed by the one in the white mask, I suppose. Oh, you've come to be one with the spider?
Of course there's
Oh,
a spider boss.
In a pod. But I don't have your courage. It's scary, you know, having your arms cut off. Or legs. Or your head. I want to be like everyone else, but I'm just too scared. I'm nothing but a craven.
So is it like she's too scared to sacrifice her Spirit jellyfish head? So is she like... Is the whole concept to like sacrifice your body to this spider? You become with it by having your arms, legs, and head chopped off and given to it? Weird.
The poor thing deserves someone braver than myself. And the spirits look rather fondly upon you. It will be glad of your company, I think, the little one.
Okay, so what is... Whoops, I don't want the map, I want the menu. So that was another ash, but this time just a regular ash. Summon spirit jellyfish. So you can like summon weird spirit creatures to fight with you, I guess.
Oh, can you pass on a message for me? If you see the little chrysalids in Stormview Castle, tell them I love them. And that despite my craven heart...
Yeah, that's definitely what it seems like it is, like, go and join this spider.
I'm the hang of this whole pain thing, you know. It was a pleasure to see you.
Okay, so that was the last thing.
Them.
Definitely have to make sure that I drive all of these conversations to completion, because like if I just talk to her the one time and then leave, like I wouldn't have acquired the jellyfish. Alright, so we're supposed to head up to Stormview Castle. That's pointing that way, because that's ultimately where we're supposed to go, but we just have to go up around the river bend here to get into it. Alright, so making our way forward, there's a lot of stuff out in here to explore that we never did because that's to the right of the ruins. Also up here. And then we've got one cave in the Evergoal. The two of these, like this is a boss fight. This is something to explore. We've got to check those out later. Alright, we have a little bit more strength, do a little bit more damage. Obviously, we want to get more done in terms of our weapon upgrade, but we don't have the materials yet. Maybe at some point we'll find like a merchant or somebody who sells them. And there's a smithing table back at the church in the beginning. Thought I could chain the two of them together like that the first time, but not quite. Come on. See ya. Alright, fortunately with the armor we have on, like the bolts aren't doing too much, nor are the little body check type actions. Kind of want to leave this side bit unexplored. Gonna need to come back to it, but I kind of want to keep on this main bit. There might be a boss coming up if there's the Shrine of America here. Is this one that gets the FP full? Ash of War Wild Strikes. Okay. I'm wondering if you can apply the same thing multiple times. Because, like, I'm scared to... It sounds cool. Might be, like, a nice, more hectic weapon art. type of thing. Got quite a lot of bodies up here to deal with. Not so sure how you wanted to deal with the ones a little bit closer to me. Gotta be careful here, because the one with the shield can actually block me. Alright. Got some greaves. These might be a slight upgrade to what we're using, because I believe we took the arms for one. Okay, two-handed guy can poise, but not if he's dead. Just have this looks like the arrows are arcing a little bit. They've got a bit of tracking on them. Oh, I was trying to avoid getting hit with the crossbow and ended up running square into it. Maybe we can sneak up on this guy. Looks like we can. We're just out of range of the rest of the group. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What in tarnation? That is a giant, like, ballista. Does it shoot over here, or is it just like straight up the road? Because if it's just straight up the road, like, I can go around, I don't mind. Just say so. So this overlooks the road we just came up. Now, the weird thing is the ballista knew we were there, right? Or whoever is manning the ballista. But nobody else came forward. So... have them keep damaging the ballista. Yeah, keep stabbing it. Do it. Okay, you can stab me through it. There's your nice ballista. Alright. Not how I was hoping that would go. But at least these guys don't seem to know, put your shield back up after you start getting whacked. And that was all of them, so we topped our flasks back off. Now we're into this very eerie tunnel. Excellent. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna have enough to level, but let's check it out. And then maybe see what that, yeah, 2600 is what we need. Ashes of War? So was it not an Ash of War? What was it that we acquired? Altar Garments? No. Flasks. We can add a charge to the flask because we got a golden seed a little while back. Okay, so that's good. We've got 6 charges now. We don't have any sacred tears yet to upgrade their heals. Now, what was it? We have the key to go back and explore that area in the first portion behind the fog wall. Wild strikes, usable on axes and hammers, as well as curved swords and great swords. Colossal weapons accepted. Grants affinities and skills to an armament. So wild strikes, heavy attack. So it's, judging by the picture, it's like a back and forth, like, just kind of keep hacking it on angles. Could be useful for certain situations, but we don't have that type of weapon that we're using. Boss fight? Since there's a summon sign.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Okay, so this isn't even the boss that they talked about for the castle. So there's still at least one more boss later in the castle. Oh boy. So that's got like a really long delay to it. And then he also has the throwing, which we need to roll to the sides on. Alright. Throwing in some interesting, like, timing switch-ups. Oh, I thought there was going to be a grab attack. I also wonder, can we, like, chop his tail? Ooh, that's the charge into a sweep. Yeah, I want to see about the tail. Because I don't know if that's... Yeah, he's got a tail attack. I don't know if you can chop it off. Because, like, the octopus you could chop at. Like, the arms. So I would think that maybe there's something there. He's a little bit too backed up to that gate. Really trying to get at the tail. I don't know if there's anything to really be done about it. Come on, buddy. Do an attack. Give me something. Ah, right. There's a follow-up to that. Getting better at, you know, reacting to the timing of it, but...
Thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must.
Alright, so that's triggered phase 2.
Tarnished.
Oh boy.
Put these
Alright, that's a bit of a combo. Just staggered enough, and then it's like delayed, so if you spam the roll right away like I did, you're gonna get clipped by it, so you have to like hesitate just a bit after the stagger to roll the follow-up sword attack. It's a pretty sweet boss. It's got the it's got kind of like what Half-Light did with some of the throwing and like the arrows and stuff that it can summon, like a very similar vibe for his offhanded summoned weapons like that. But definitely a way cooler boss. Sound cue usage. Follow up, and then we get the tail. Okay, so if you're like point blank on him, he'll use that offhanded thing to swipe at you. Alright, I'm getting a little bit too close. Nope. Yep. They're very... okay. This boss is very, very good at punishing the delay. Or not punishing the delay, but like punishing the spam with a slightly delayed attack. I kind of want to top off my healing. Attack definitely hadn't done as much damage as I thought it would. I almost feel like I'm too close to him, that the tail is not getting chopped, but it just might be that you can't chop the tail off. I just so desperately want that to be a thing. Ah, got me on the delayed roll on that one, or the delayed attack. Heal. We're not quite at phase 2 yet, probably like one more hit. That delay again. Alright, there we go. Phase 2. But I am definitely well wasted on flasks thus far. Got some pretty quick up close and personal attacks here. Oh boy. Oh, I rolled it early because I was trying to roll away instead of roll into it because I wanted to... I think there, if I'm trying to heal, probably just roll the attacks that I know and then create the separation, because trying to just outright heal is probably more dangerous. Also, now I'm thinking about it, I have things to spend as far as runes are concerned. Like, I have those rune fragments or whatever they're called. Could maybe squeeze out another level. I think more strength would probably be good. Help us out in terms of dealing damage. Probably shouldn't take 3 swings. Kind of back to what we were talking about earlier. Would be interesting to see too. That's the delayed roll. That delayed attack there. When he follows it with the backhand dagger, it's not a quick attack on the next one. I also wonder, like, can you get it? Like, I don't know if all of the bosses can have staggers. Like, if you hit him in the head enough, like, would he stagger? And then... probably not. Probably make some of the fights a little too cheesy if it was on everything. Every single time. That's the input read, which I think a lot of people tend to overlook. About why healing in certain situations. I rolled trying to get an attack in and I got too close. But like, when you heal, especially if the boss is idling, like, you're making yourself a sitting duck. The delays, they're so well put. Yeah, like that. You have to, like, dodge an attack to get an opening to heal. At least safely. A little bit too close for what I'd like to be. Let's get one attack in on those, maybe. Because if I stay too much in front of him, then I start getting the big offhanded sword attacks. Come on, Margit. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. Alright. Kind of understanding that attack a little bit better. Oh, that's a new attack. The slightly off timings of these. Alright, we're out of heals. We've got half the health bar to go. Not cranking out a ton of damage here, to be fair. Q to that attack. So that's like a 4-part. Ah, man, got rotated around to the edge. I was so close in tight to him, but by the time I started to wrap around, no bueno. Okay, so we have, let's see here. Let's pop all of these and see what it gives us. 2,600. And then what is one of these? 400. So 3,000. That's going to be enough to give us a level, which is better than nothing. So I think if we give it...
Forgive me. I've been testing you to see whether or not grace truly does guide you, and whether you are fit to face the challenge that entails. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace. Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
Wait, so are we just ditching what we were doing and we're going to this Round Table Hold? I'm kind of in the middle of something here, lady. Where was she when I sat there the first time? Or is it like, okay, die to this and then Round Table Hold? Round Table Hold is a place where tarnished gather, guided by grace. Combat is prohibited on the premises due to the Pact of Non-Aggression. Round Table Hold is located outside of this world. It can only be reached through sites of grace. So this is like a multiplayer kind of area?
I can't remember the last time a new tarnished made
But
their
maybe
way to
there's
the Round
also...
Table. Very
Maybe
well.
there are also merchants?
As your senior, I bid you welcome. It is safe here. You may let down your guard. Allow me a word of advice as your senior.
This guy is very
You
keen on the
are a
senior
mere
thing.
visitor to the Round Table. Nothing more. A house guest. Yet to earn their keep. Remember your place, newcomer.
A little backhanded,
There's
I
nothing
feel
left
like.
to say. Be at your leisure.
Hey, just a reminder, you're nothing yet. Okay, thanks, man. Appreciate
hello.
that.
You must be new here. Well, just call me Dialos. The honor of one's house holds little import in these lands. By the way, have you met a young woman named Lanya on your travels? She's my servant, but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off her for but a moment and she's good as gone. If you find her, please be sure to tell me.
I don't think that lady that we
Be sure
met
to
was
tell me if you
Lanya.
meet a young woman named Lanya. She's a servant to my house. She's been my companion. I've lost count of the number of times I've had to... Honestly.
Yeah, I don't think that lady was Lanya. Forget what her name was. Ooh, okay. So this is like the proper blacksmith.
No matter. It's all the same. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing.
Ash of War duplication? So maybe they are only usable once.
I see you've noticed the chains. Nothing special. I'm a prisoner and these are my chains. I'm trapped by the hold. I'm dying, smithing for you fools. That's all there is to it.
I guess we're gonna keep going
Don't
the
read too much into it. I've
question
no grudge
line?
against you. My being a prisoner is no fault of yours. Besides, I don't mind smithing. Despite my differences, the weapons get stronger all the same. Given time, technique never fails. Besides, it helps me forget the sheer terror of her.
Okay, so we can upgrade our longsword to +1 with the smithing stones. It says 2 of 5. So do those override? Wait, the somber one is special armaments. So we now have enough actual smithing stones to probably upgrade 1 or 2 times. Do we want to, though, is the question. And I only say that because it's like, are we sold on this yet? Because I'm trying to think, like, with two-handing this be better. And just do, like, single attacks on the boss. I mean, we can give that a try. If it doesn't work, then we can always come back here and upgrade.
Greetings, great champion called by grace. I am Fia. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the Round Table Hold.
Wait.
Great champion, would you allow me to hold you? But briefly.
No.
Perhaps you might share with me some of your...
No, because Fia was the deathbed girl from the intro cutscene.
The warmth of a champion, and you, I am sure, will bear a Baldakin's blessing. Do you think it vulgar, perhaps? Where I come from, it is a sacred act. I understand. Your disdain is only...
I don't trust it.
But should you change your mind, come pay me another visit.
Yeah, maybe in the future we'll try that out, but just the fact that the intro cutscene said about Fia and, like, the deathbed companion, I think they called her. It's a fake door. Worst kind of door. Even worse than the doors that open from the other side only. Ooh, okay, hold on. More fake doors. I hate them. So we have one of these keys. So this is now the second place. I kind of want to use it here. I see a chest. Lost Table of Grace. I'm gonna use it. I hope it was worth it. Come on, there's like multiple levels of this. Come on, be a good treasure. Crossbow. Good to have, I suppose, since we don't really have anything ranged. Can't quite tell if there's like another one, but so we've got... So that's 2 now that we know of like other locations to use those keys. So there's the one at the starting area, and then that one as well. And then Fia, I'm scared of her. Can you interact with this? So is this just like another grace point? Okay. So let's level up our strength since we got the runes out to do that. Really? That's how poor the scaling is on our weapon. I'm still gonna go strength, just in case we decide to go for the other weapon. That's gonna be more on the strength scaling side. This is like a great haul. Alright, what about this door? It does not interact. Okay, that door is blocked from the other side, but it's a real door. So, +1 points to that door.
I see you've just arrived. Welcome to the Round Table Hold. I'm Corin, a man of the cloth. I teach incantations, the strength granted us by the Two Fingers, and explore the secrets of the Golden Order, so that one day, if a tarnished of the Round Table Hold should become Elden Lord, I might counsel them, ensuring order regains its proper form, righting rule over men. By the way, do you still see it? The guidance of grace.
Yes.
You do? Wonderful news. Most tarnished are blind to it these days. You are something of a rare breed. Well, what do you say? Care to learn an incantation of the Two Fingers?
I mean, sure, I haven't used any, but... Okay, so you have to buy them. Of course. So urgent heal. And then this is like an AoE heal. Poison, cure, increased magic damage negation, fire damage negation. Shockwave. Flame. And then fireball. Okay. What I don't know is if these incantations require you to have like a special item to use it, or if you can just cast them. The healing one is definitely good to have. Oh. So, okay, so he's just a gesture for what do I want? I wanted to talk to you, but I guess not. I'll talk to this guy instead.
What do you need? I have little time to spare. Oh, are you aggrieved?
This is the same guy that he's
You are
moved
but a visitant
rooms.
Here, then you would do well to remember the first words of grace given to you. Stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. If those words held any meaning to you, follow the guidance of grace. Lay low the shard bearers and claim for yourself a great rune. Do so, and the doors to the Round Table's inner chamber will open, and you will receive the wisdom of the Two
So a
Fingers.
great rune is what we're after? And I'm assuming, by the way, that we've gotten some of the smaller ones that maybe that's the type of thing that is just further into the game. There will be larger runes. Twin Maiden Husks. Dagger, longsword, rapier, scimitar, battle axe. Okay, so they have a lot of like intro things. Take appearance of a host of fingers. Take on appearance of a cooperator. So maybe that's the type of thing that you can like fake stuff. Answer requests for summoning from hunters. Memory slots. Might be worthwhile to buy another one of these. But I don't have the money to do so. Alright, are there any other rooms in here that we haven't explored? I don't think so. I'm guessing the only way to get back is to teleport there, because that room's locked, and it's probably that we need, maybe that's the inner chamber that they were talking about. I'm thinking that this is probably, well, I can try and jump down. I can try and jump down. This is like very eerie. Feels like there should be a boss fight here, even though I thought that they said, okay, so this is like an NPC invader. Well, okay then. Oh, don't want to get like frostbitten. Okay, so that's a little bit mean. So we definitely now have lost our runes from the other boss fight. They said that this was a friendly place, but apparently if you jump down here, it is no longer a friendly place. Alright, well I guess we're gonna fight him. Get the cheap opening. We've got quite a bit of health. Gotta see if we can try and not bait ourselves in, but also like hit them before they can get into big attacks that they don't stagger through. Like that big attack, okay. Thorns? Which seem to have also done damage to them. So just like regular hits seem to be fine at doing a little bit of stunning. Like if I do that, staggers them enough. Ooh, boy. Probably need to heal like one more time. That was pretty close. Oh. Gotta be careful. This scythe seems to have some pretty wicked range on some of its attacks. I was afraid that might be something they could do. I was afraid the heal was gonna be a thing. So we can't give them too much space. Thorns are a good time to heal. Is there any way that we can like bait it into a backstab? Although the backstab doesn't do that much. Just like in the grand scheme of things, the backstab really only does a little bit. like I always struggle more with... I always feel like I struggle more with NPC invaders than I do with like proper bosses. Alright, I think what we'll try and do... That's the wrong place to go. Jump down, grab my runes, and then head down into this left side here and see what's going on there. There's some doors here that would be great to check out. But I also just want to see if there's anything of use down here. I didn't think there was supposed to be fighting here. Cipher Pada? It's a weapon. I kind of thought you would still be coming, huh? Alright. Weapon acquired, still on the run. Are you a door I can use? No. Are you a door I can use? No. How the heck am I supposed to get back? Or is it like the door opens if you kill him? That is a very poisoning attack. Alright, let's try this weapon. Yeah, roll back into it. It's a slow attack, that's for sure. I don't know, maybe it's something we can like roll attack him with? It's 101. Alright, was not expecting that attack to come so quickly after the thorns. Seems to do a decent job staggering. You just have to like time it. Oh, we missed. It's also a weapon that... Alright, so I'm like this much off on actually making contact with the tip of the sword on those attacks. It says it has higher critical. So I'm hoping that like the backstab here would be something reasonable. Let's try and like start the fight with the backstab. I'm not sold on this though. $248, so yeah, the damage there is quite nice. So we do, like, I think that weapon art does like a stomp and then up, but I don't think we have enough time to do that. We gotta dodge the magic at like point blank here. Okay, so that has enough that his jump attack I can stagger him through. It seems to stagger him there as well. We just kind of trade. want to know is how much healing does he have? Because there's got to be a limit to it. I would think that they're going to only have so much. I say we just keep trying to chip at him, and hopefully we get the job done at some point. Trying to be patient with it and not force anything too much. Putting up a lot of this stuff. For my sake, I wish those thorns did more than 25 damage to him. Oh, look at the little bunny hops. Just taking it one hit at a time. This is about where he was healing before. Yeah. Oh, okay, so he only has the one heal. That's really good. This sword seems to be better with it because he's humanoid, so it's probably a little bit easier for us to get the stagger on. Do some damage to yourself. Although it looks like it dealt damage and then healed him a little bit. So I don't know what that's all about. Thought it was only doing damage to him, but it seems to go down and then back up. So that roll attack has 12 less damage on it. Just kind of have to keep baiting him until he like starts to do that little run forward. Because he seems to like lock himself into that animation. Use Furl Calling Finger Remedy to reveal summon signs of players from other worlds. Gold signs indicate an ally, red signs indicate an adversary. The multiplayer session will begin once either type has been summoned. Reveals co-op and hostile summoning signs. So it says 1 out of 999, which would indicate to me that it's a single-use thing. I'm wondering if there's a way to like craft more of those. I don't know, seems a little bit odd to me. Ah, so it's a return to start kind of deal. Turn to the entrance. So we got the item down here. Defeated the invader. I'm not entirely sold on the other boss fight. Like, I don't think that I want to use... I don't think that I want to use the great sword. It's got more damage, but it's just not quite what I want to be doing, I don't think. 109 and 43. So this flail gets more out of scaling, but it needs more dexterity than what we have. We've only got 14, it needs 18. And this guy is 30 strength, which I think we have enough to two-hand for this, but we don't have enough to We don't have enough faith. Alright, I think I'm gonna stick with the longsword. Got 1961, so I guess we got a little bit there. So maybe while I'm here, see what we can do for upgrading our weapon.
Well, I took you for dead. No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms then.
Alright. So it's 2 and then 4. And then maybe 6 or something like that. So we had 5. So, I mean, longsword plus 1 is at least going to give us a little bit more damage output and put us in a good spot. And then we were up here at the Castleward Tunnel. So let's try and get this boss down. Let's try and get this boss down. I was not expecting to be so sidetracked from it. But we sat at that Lost Grace and she wanted to talk to us and take us to the round table, so alright, so we're getting about 10 more per. I think because we can get 2 hits in, that the 140 damage is going to be better than whatever the two-handed greatsword would be. Just a little bit more DPS out of this. That one, maybe 3 is an okay amount. Definitely feels like we're doing more damage. I mean, we are, but like, it adds up per hit. Come on, man. Give me something. This is way faster paced than what we were just fighting. Like, way faster paced. Threw me off when we came into the fight. Oh, right. Seems to me if I do 2 attacks, I can do like 2 dodge rolls, and it's the perfect timing to land the second one on the spin out. Gotta be careful with the 3 attacks there. At least if I'm right in front of it. If I'm behind, I think it's okay. If I'm in front, though, not so much. Gotta be careful this time. Because at this angle, I don't want to fall off.
Thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
Come on. Can dance all day. Gotta give me something. It's very doubtful to me that he could fall off the edge like Taurus Demon. I feel like that's not a thing that you would put in anymore. Might have been a little bit aggressive with the second heal there, but got very lucky on that sequence. So that one has that 3-hit combo out of it. I rolled it early. So it seems like gotta get behind him. If you stay in front of him, then you start getting comboed with some other stuff. So the easiest way to go about it on some of those big attacks like this is to get behind. Trying to be mindful of my, like, positioning relative to him, but also, like, what attack is going on. Because, like, if I follow up like immediately in front of him from the dodge roll there, he seems to pull out his offhanded magic sword. Or the dagger, normally the sword though. Big jump, just get to the side and then... Because at least there I can seem to get away from it. But maybe there's a way to stay in on him and... I want so badly to be able to chop that tail. That desire will never change. I'm hoping I can chop somebody's tail off in this game. You get like the secret boss weapon from it. Come on, man. I mean, it seems like if we stay at this range, a lot of times we end up baiting out the, like, kukri throw into this hammer. And then I can just kind of get away. But there might be a punishment to that, like, get back in behind him. See, that's why I shouldn't go in for the 3. That's why I shouldn't go in for the 3-piece. At least in the second phase. I think in the first phase, when he does that attack, 3 is fine because normally the tail whip is like the only thing that can come after. We're definitely getting the fight down quite a bit, but still need to find a few more openings. Alright, definitely wanted to make sure we got a hold of those. Might be able to just strafe that. Getting a little bit too greedy. Like trying to force the second phase of the fight to happen sooner. not really the smart way to play it. We're just gonna stick with 2 attacks. Stick with 2. 3 is getting ourselves in trouble too often. I don't like being at close range here. It's because I'm not comfortable enough with the moveset.
Well, thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run thy veins. Tarnish.
Not a fan of that sequence. So here we get to the side. Gotta be really mindful of the edges. That timing, man, gets me so much. I knew that was coming. Did the heal and only really ended up getting like half the benefit because we took the kukri. Okay, little bit panic rolly. Let's get back into something more comfortable. Let's just... Alright, well this went well. Okay, very much so getting ourselves into poor positioning. Stay behind. That's gonna be always good on that attack. Okay, so that has like a 2-parter. We know that's 4 pieces. Okay, so I was trying to time the dodge roll on the sword before or on the hammer, but the sword comes through before. I'm thinking though that if you roll through the sword, the hammer might clip you as well. So there might be a way. It's way too close to the front. Where is it? There it is. Keep dying on this side of the arena. But we need to like find ways that we can get at him from behind like we do on a lot of these first phase attacks. The second phase, very much so on his front. The more in front we are, the more that we've got to deal with attacks from all of his magical weapons. He's got a cool switch up of like attack cadences. Yeah, the offhand stuff is very quick. Everything else is very slow most of the time. Although there are a couple like quicker attacks. That use his big sword. So far we seem to like that attack, although what's happening now is I'm not rolling immediately out of it. I'm trying to time the actual roll, and I've been a little bit late on it. But this is the first time we've had to heal, so that's not terrible. Alright, so still too far in front of him there. He ended up swinging the dagger over, but
Warrior blood must truly run in our veins. Tarnished.
I guess you just try and get away from that. There are way too many attacks that can combo at that short range, man. Get to this guy, get behind, and then get away from that. And you still follow it up with that, and then the sword. A very quick succession of like attacks from head on, but I haven't quite gotten the way to get behind him like this attack. Like this is the only one where it's like, okay, you can get nice and behind. That's a new attack, I think. It's a little bit of like 1, 2, 3 action, but like very, very slowly drawn out. Man, that's a tough timing to. It's a tough timing to get down, which is good. I think. I'm sure what they've realized over the years is that there are certain timings that are in complete synchronization with the frequency that the roll is allowed to happen, that make certain attacks too easy to just spam roll from. So making it that we have to learn like a specific timing. Makes it a little bit more challenging. I rolled, but I sprinted instead. Yeah, like if I stay in front, then that dagger comes out. This fight would be way easier if he just jumped off the edge. But I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of it. Is there a way to get behind on the other attacks? That's what I would love to know. Because first phase, pretty straightforward. It's the second phase that really starts to ramp up when he adds that sword and hammer to his repertoire. Attack? No, too far away. Oh, I dodged it. Whoa! That's not a first phase move that I have seen up until now. He's got a I mean, for being what feels like a pretty early game boss, he's got a fairly expansive moveset here. Which makes me excited for the bosses that we're gonna encounter along the main storyline. Okay, should be only a few more hits here until we see the start of phase 2 again. There it is. He really likes to chain those together when we're right in front. Even if we're not that far from, like, even if we're a little bit far from him, that whole sequence gets chained together, which seems to me like we should be able to break that sequence by having our positioning change a little bit. I'm just trying to like create space and not roll off the map. Get out of the way of that. Just... fast sequence, because you can't, those 3 attacks happen faster than 3 dodge rolls could. Okay. It just seems like when I keep backing away on the 1 attack sequence, like there's supposed to be a portion of that I go behind him. Because if I ended up behind, I would think that probably breaks the attack sequence, because he keeps like, it's a lot of big jumping like lungy attacks towards us. So that's the bait, where he pulls out the little dagger. It's like, oh hey, there's this overhand attack that's a bit slower, I can punish it, and then just anything point blank. Nice. So maybe on that you can get behind him and attack So long as you stay behind him, then he can't do the dagger action. I think I'm just gonna go with the double dodge roll. Like that time I was in front of him and I dodged because I thought that the dagger was gonna come out and it didn't. So like that we can run behind. Maybe that's a thing. Seems to have worked so far, at least. But I don't know if that always does. Oh, that's got some range. It's kind of one of those ones I thought I might be able to outrun it. Kind of got that little like Soul of Cinder Lance Phase backstep jump with the swipe. Alright, this is the part that I don't know. See, the sword hits. An overhead stab we can run behind, but outside of that, haven't quite gotten anything. Okay. New move from getting that close in on him. So we get behind. Well, we dodge rolled early, so we're not getting behind. Jump. Yeah. So that always seems to be the way that he follows up when we run at that distance. I'm gonna top off for my own safety here. See, like, that's what I was thinking, like, dodge the sword and then okay. Seems like there's a way to fight him close. Might have to roll like to the left through certain attacks and right through some of the others. Like that one where he does the like 4-piece spin. Seems like you can roll left through the last big attack and get behind him for a hit. The jump swipe. Then you're in for that. Okay. Okay, that's an opening. Get him behind and then he does the overhead stab. You can run behind and get 2 swings in. Big hammer. 1 hit. Get out. Jump attack. Behind. Overhead swing 2. Okay, so that seems to be That seems to be the way to go about that attack. I rolled it early. Okay, but that at least is something with a little bit more confidence going into the next attempt. That's at least something with a little more confidence going in here. Can get out, bait the jump attack, roll in, and then it creates that phase 1 strafe around the overhead stab. And just get some hits in behind him. And knowing that little strafe strat also should make phase 1 a bit easier as well. Yep, just like that. Just have to make sure, though, when we're strafing something like that, that we stay behind. Because behind him is definitely the safest place to attack from. Kind of backed up here. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So that's the first time that we've been close on that charged up attack. Because the charged up attack, normally what ends up happening is he takes the big step forward, spins, then does like the jump spin after. So if you're close to him on that attack, he just does like a really big overhead slam. Which I'm curious for something like that, like what the tracking is. Like if you try and play that up close instead. Okay, yeah, see, like that's a completely different set of moves than what we've been fighting him with because we're out of position. Just a much quicker set of actions. That's what we're used to, this guy, and then boom, boom, get out. I am stuck on a wall. Here I am thinking like, okay, I'll strafe this attack. And then ended up in very deep crap. I like didn't recognize what the attack was. Alright. So now we've got a few of the environmental obstacles out of the way. I feel like at the pace that I'm fighting these bosses, if there's any sort of like equipment that'll help me to heal over time, it would come very much so in handy. Gotta try and like break that stuff as I start to run near it. The longer I leave it up, the more likely it is to just completely ruin the fight for me. Gotta get out of there. Alright, probably one more attack sequence here until second phase happens. Backstep hammer.
Thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy
Alright.
veins.
It's not the attack I thought was coming. Out of here, bait the jump, swipe in, overhead. So far that's proven to be consistent, and anytime that we can squeeze 2 hits in is going to be great. Rolled it early. Hurts so much to miss that jump because you get 1 hit in and then you can kind of bait the rest of the sequence. Get 3 hits in total through it. Oh, that was almost early. And that 4-piece, I think, until he follows it up with something, I'm gonna roll into that 4th one on the left side and try and get a hit in. Whether it be a roll poke or what have you. Okay. And the jump attack. So have to make sure that you get behind or else that doesn't work. There's still a follow-up that can punish you. Did not get in the way that I wanted on that. Swipe, you gotta get in behind because then you can strafe the next one. Getting too close to this gate. Yep, and there's the... That's what we want. That's really what we want to get. I like that combo a lot. Try and create some good spacing for us. So if I go in on that attack, it's a similar timing, I think, to the jump hammer, but I don't know what kind of follow-ups can come from it. I guess there wasn't enough space for him to do the jump attack, or I didn't leave enough of a gap. Get out of there, get the jump. Come on, there we go. We're getting there. That's so close. Okay, not punishing that one again. I'm just getting out of it. I know we can probably get in and punish that overhead strafe, but I rolled it early. Oh man. Had it going well and then played it poorly. Gotta try and not get baited with like a greed hit at the wrong time here. Gotta know that I'm gonna get the kill if I'm gonna go for an extra hit. Such a dangerous spot to be right up against the building wall like that. Give me a good attack. Little charge attack, maybe the double kukri into hammer. Oh, he didn't follow it up with the whole sequence. It's okay. We got this. There it is. There it is. Just trying to stay steady. Just trying to stay steady. Alright. For a second there, I thought we were going into another cutscene at the Grace here. So it's gonna take 2 levels to get any sort of... Yeah, we're really bad on the scaling here. Really bad on the scaling. We're gonna need either we're gonna need a weapon upgrade if we really want to do more damage. So it seems like 2 of anything. Do we go for extra health? Strength and dex and a little bit of HP? I think that'll be a good balance. We have a few runes left over, but I think this is gonna put us in a really nice spot. And I think having gone and defeating the NPC invader and then also clearing this boss, making it through this area, I think this is gonna be a pretty natural conclusion to this segment here. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.